Good evening to you, or good really late night. Um, I'm not sure that I'm necessarily qualified to do a financial video, but I do know that I have learned a lot over the years. A lot of what to do and what not to do, so I feel like I could give some good tips and advice. And I was on LDS.org, like right before this, looking at some things, which they, like, every general conference talk, every talk, like, they always say, don't get into debt, blah, blah, blah. Because it is a really big thing, and debt is not fun. When you have debt, you kind of feel like you're trapped. Like, I wish that I could, like, for example, my friends were wanting to go to Disneyland one weekend, and I was like, that would be so fun, but all that money at Disneyland I would be spending, I could be putting towards my credit card. So I feel like when you have debt, it really eliminates things. I don't know. It's just not a good thing. And you don't feel free. You feel like you're in bondages. But they say don't go into debt, and like ways you can do that, especially, so in high school I didn't really have any bills at all. I mean, I paid for my own gas, and that was it. And I was working, like, I always had a job in high school. I worked for my dad, so that was nice. If there's one thing I would have done, it would have been, I would have saved money, because I could think of all the things that I blew my money on, and it's really not worth it at all. So I feel like the most important things in advice, well, number one is always pay your tithing. I've never struggled with paying my tithing, and I think my parents' example of paying it all the time, like every week, whatever, was a good example to me. And so I never struggle with that. There was, like, right now, I have to write a check tomorrow to catch up on my tithing, and I've been late on it because I didn't have checks for a long time, and then I moved, and my records were not in a ward for like a couple of weeks. Like, I was going to my home ward, and then I went to my new ward, but I hadn't gotten my records transferred. So, I mean, I couldn't pay it to my Utah ward because I wasn't there. So, I'm paying it here. And so I just got them there, and I actually have some pay stubs and my checks right here. I need to write a check tonight. And the thing is, it stinks because tomorrow I'm not going to my singles ward, I'm going to my home ward, because it's they're doing the kids primary program, and I'm so excited. It's my favorite Sunday of the year. So I'm going to go to that, and then we're also going to my grandma's after church to eat. So what I am going to do, though, is because I don't have an extra tithing thing, is I am going to go over to my building and pick up a tithing slip. And maybe if my bishop's there, I can drop it off, or I'll just mail it. But I feel good because I got paid on Friday, and it was only for 1 week of working, so it wasn't that much. But I had a little bit of rent to pay, just like my final, whatever my final expenses were, to my landlord. So I paid him, sent the check off in the mail. So I can't wait till he cashes it. And so that feels really good that I'm not, like, indebted towards him, because that was stressing me. And then once I get my tithing, I'll be good. But I feel like there's things, I feel like when you have a paycheck and money, you kind of just want to spend it. So what I would do is budget your money. I feel like a lot of my money goes towards food, and that's like the worst thing ever for your money to go towards. You're like, oh, I got paid. Like, where did that all go in the last 2 weeks? To food. Seriously, it's horrible. So, I would budget my money. Let's take a little piece of paper. You know what another good thing is? Okay, so let's budget our money. I'm gonna write this down. Budget. So paycheck, always 10% goes to tithing. And that should be your very first thing. Like, you should never, ever, like, be like, yeah, I will pay my tithing, but first I need to fill up my car with gas. Like, I promise you, if you pay your tithing, you will be greatly blessed. So 10% goes to tithing. And then, honestly, like, I save. Because you can save for big things, whatever. Just save. Like, I promise you, it sucks to save. I would rather spend money. But you never know. It's always better to have money than not have any. So I would say, like, at least, this is really low, but so 10% tithing, 20% save, and then maybe you could do what I also like to do. I don't know if you have a debit card or what, but that's a great way, yeah, you do. That's a great way to have all your money, but another good thing is if you go to the ATM and, like, get out cash. Maybe you get out, like, $20, and $20 is all you use that week for food. Because I know that you guys have open periods, so I'm sure you go get food a lot with your friends. And let's see, that's 5 days a week. That's like $5 or more. Or you're like, well, you know what? I'm gonna get a value meal at McDonald's, and I'm just gonna get a McFlurry too. Now McFlurry is like an extra $3, so there's like about a $10 lunch. So I know personally, if I have cash and I'm like, okay, this is all I can spend, it's a lot better. And with cash, you can see exactly what you have, except for just swiping your card. You know, you're like, yay. So cash is a good thing, and it's a good way to balance and budget. Another thing is one thing that I've learned is, so you know how I did all those jobs so that I could earn money to get an iPhone 5, is instead of my mom buying me the phone and then me working to pay it off, she made me earn all of the money before I could even think about getting the phone. So that's a really good thing, and even though it sucked at first. I was like so upset. But it was a really good thing, and I am so thankful that she did it that way, because it did teach me to work and not go into debt for it. I'm trying to think of other things. Honestly, like, saving is huge. And I know when I was in Utah, food got me, and the gas station. I would go to the gas station, I would buy soda, I would buy nachos, and I would buy all this candy. It was horrible. Just don't do it. Don't. It sucks, but don't do it. Save. And if there's things that you want, maybe, like, I don't know how often you get paid. It's probably every 2 weeks. And I bet you can probably guess how much you get paid every 2 weeks. But since I know that you are in the market for new like makeup and makeup brushes, maybe what you could do is like have goals and set goals and save money to reach them. Not spend all of your, say you got paid, say your check was for $200, you did your 10% tithing, and then you're like, have your food, fill up your car for a tank of gas, and then you're like, oh, I have this leftover money, like I should go buy makeup. And then you don't have any money and you have like $3 for the next week, which is not good. So maybe what you could do is so you have your budget. This is what I would say, is you have your budget, 10% tithing, 20% save, and then maybe you could do like, let's do 30% save. And then you could put like 20% makeup. But what you could do is, so you do this, and this, if you do 20% makeup, then the next time you get paid, you put another 20% makeup towards it, and maybe then, like, that's what you've reached your goal. I don't know, just differentiate between your needs and your wants and save. Like, save is the biggest thing. Maybe even saving should be like 50% of your paycheck. That's kind of a lot. 50 cents, because that's 60% already gone. No, that's actually good. And then you only have 40% to save. I don't know. This is kind of me just rambling. And I was trying to do some research. I was looking on LDS.org and I typed in debt. And I was like, oh, I don't have time to really read right now the whole thing, but save, girl. Pay your tithing. First things first. And then just like, maybe one day don't go get a Diet Coke unless your mom buys. But like, I probably spent like $20 a week at the gas station on soda and treats. Because for me, if I went to the gas station, I had to get a treat, and it was bad. And so now I don't go. Saving lots of money. I'm trying to think of other tips that I have. I don't know. I'll go back to you. Love you.